call. How's everybody doing today? Good? Alright. So before I get into this really big topic, or looks hideous. So before I answer that, I know there's a lot of people in here that are mothers already, but eventually everybody's gonna be a future parent. So my question is, how many of you guys want your baby to be healthy? Right? Okay, so you want your baby to look like this, right? Looking all nice and healthy, but the downside of it is not all babies turn out to be that way. And so, since all babies don't turn out to be that way, my solution is what I was talking about, ectogenesis. And I think that ectogenesis will be like this super positive, beneficial thing to society. And in my speech, I'm going to be talking about what exactly it is, because who in here knows what it is? No one, right? Okay, so I'll talk about what it is, I'll talk about some of the causes that have led to this discussion, and then I will talk about the benefits. Okay, so, there we go. Okay, so when I first heard about this topic, I was in my fall quarter of, here at Cal State LA, and when my professor showed us like what this is, I was making the same face as that baby. I was all like, what's this madness that you speak of? Like, what is this? Like, and I want to learn more about it, and eventually, like, I started learning about it, and I have written so many argumentative papers on it in all my courses here at Cal State LA. And so, ectogenesis is a term that means the development of an egg in an artificial environment outside of the womb. And, okay, so, in the article, Why Not Artificial Wombs by Christine Rosen in the fall of 2003, in 1924, British scientist J.B.S. Haldane coined the term ectogenesis to describe how human pregnancy would one day give way to artificial wombs. So, what I'm going to tell you guys is ectogenesis does look like this, like the Matrix. I mean, it's not scary, take away all the scary stuff out of there. But I mean, you got like an incubator kind of thing. So what you do is you take the egg from a mother and, sperm from a father, and you put it into this incubator, and 9 months later, the baby pops out. And the cool thing about this machine is, like, you get to program it the way you want it. It's crazy, and you guys think I'm crazy, but like, let's say your family has a history of diabetes, okay? You put your baby in there, and he's like, like that whole overlapping thing where he's gonna have it. This machine can take that away. Like, it can just reorganize his DNA and make him healthy. And another thing is, well, like, I don't know what women are into nowadays, but I'm gonna use my mom's boyfriend, Channing Tatum. She thinks she's his girlfriend. So, like, let's say you want your baby to come out looking like Channing Tatum, and it's possible. You can do that. Like, you can give him green eyes, you can give him brown hair, you can make him dark skin, light skin. And one thing one of my friends said is, what, if that comes around, I want my baby to be able to jump 6 foot out of the womb. And I'm all like, I don't think that's possible, dude. But I mean, I guess anything's possible. So now that I tell you guys what it is, I'm gonna move on to, why this creation has come about. So, so according to Zoltan Itzvan, a futurist philosopher and journalist who has been studying this whole scientific breakthrough, in his article, Artificial Wombs Are Coming, but the Controversy is Already Here, of August 4th, 2014, natural birth is filled with perils, and ectogenesis can potentially offer a safe alternative. And so, there's a lot of problems out there, like when you think about it, you got premature birth, birth defects, and miscarriage. Well, with this new machine, that can all be taken away. Like, your baby's gonna come out healthy regardless of what happens. And you get to watch him as he's developing, or her, anything like that. So, one thing is abortion will no longer be a problem, and I'm not talking about like pro-life. My thing is not a pro-life thing. And so, like I said before too, illness, that's totally out of the question. And one thing that I want to talk about though is the family living conditions that will no longer cause a baby's birth defect. So, I have a cousin who, she drank a lot when she was pregnant. And because she drank a lot, her baby came out with weird looking fingers, like she has like web fingers or something. And, all my family always tells her like, like, what were you thinking? Kind of thing. And she was just like, well, I just want to party and I don't know what, and like, she's frowned upon right now, my family. So, like, with ectogenesis, the baby's gonna be in a healthy environment. It's gonna have nurses watching over him. It's gonna have, or her, it's just gonna have this whole thing where, it's gonna be safe. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Your baby's gonna turn out looking like the one that I showed you earlier. So everything with ectogenesis is eventually gonna be positive. And so since now I have talked to you about the causes of why this discussion, I'm gonna move on to benefits to society. And so, I put Jay-Z right there because it's not all about the baby. You gotta talk about the mothers. So mothers will benefit from this new creation the most besides the babies. So the reason I say that is because, women are always stuck having to carry this whole ball of, bundle of joy. And they can't go to work. They can't enjoy things that they want to do. Well, now this is possible. Now women can go to work. They don't have to stay at home like, oh, I'm on maternity leave, I can't do anything. Like, they can actually go out there, make money, and 9 months later, your baby's gonna come out, and you're gonna be happy. And so that's one of the things that I think is beneficial to society, because then, more economy for us, right? Like, you got more people working, you got more, income coming in. So, everything's positive about it. And so, according to Rehan Salam in the article, The End of Pregnancy and the Inevitable Rise of the Artificial Womb, if this essential difference is the problem, if it is the root of gender equality in the workplace, and if our highest priority is to eliminate gender inequality, then ectogenesis offers a way forward. And I believe that it does. And so another quote that I would like to say, which is based on around the same thing about gender equality, is according to Samantha Allen, whose article of August 12, 2014, The Artificial Womb Will Change Feminism Forever, ectogenesis will pry open every gender fault line in contemporary cultural politics, from workplace politics to the men's rights movement to an increasingly virulent abortion debate. So, not only is it going to benefit women, it's going to benefit men too. Like, this whole argument of, feminist power, you don't have the right to control, what your baby's doing, it's in my body. Things like that. It's not gonna happen anymore. It's here, and now you try the pen, you guys can decide what's gonna happen to it. So I believe that's gonna just eliminate all these controversies and all these different, politics and everything like that. So let us conclude. So, Obama's looking at me like, what are you talking about? So ectogenesis will be the solution to the problems at hand between the health of the baby and their positive influence on society. So like I said, baby's gonna come out healthy, everyone's gonna be positive. There's not gonna be any more health issues, pretty much, if you look at it. Our new gender, or our new society is gonna be completely health positive. There's nothing's gonna harm us, nothing's gonna be anything like that. So what I discussed today is what ectogenesis is and how it works, along with the causes to why it must come, and the solution, which is how it will benefit society positively. So remember that we're the future leaders of America. We control exactly what's gonna happen to the future. We're gonna be the leaders, we're gonna be everything. So why not start with something so small and make it a positive solution? And here I have this quote from President Woodrow Wilson. You are here in order to enable the world to live more amply, greater vision with a finer spirit of hope and achievement. You are to enrich the world. Thank you.